Hi, ladies and gentlemen, it's Eddie Marcus again, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. But you know, if I keep my mind on you, I'm going to have something to say to you before I go to bed. And here I am today, or tonight, to share it with you. You know, I'm well into my 70s now, and I never hoped to get this old. I always thought I would die really young because I was a student of Satan, the devil. Not that I was out killing people, but my attention span was not on God beyond, was God as good as they say He is? But basically, they had it set up, if you ever want to have some fun, you had to be working with the devil. And so I had a pretty good sense of what the devil was like. And so I knew I had no intentions of spending my whole entire life with the devil. Here's something that's very essential, though. When I decided to fire the devil, I did not forget the devil. I wanted to keep the devil always a focus so I can know whenever I saw a devil coming. And I've seen many devils, and it is seeing these devils that have, I guess, brought me to the point of being spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people, which is a message from God, the creator of all human beings. At least that's what I have been given. I realize we have the right to see God if the way we want to, or not see God at all. And each one of them have their results. One, believe in God has its purpose, its benefits. Not believing in God has its purpose and its benefits. The message that I've gotten is that to believe in God is basically means that the things that people desire, the things that make people happy, that make them all happy, that they were designed that way, to have peace and prosperity and freedom and joy. You know, the things I'm constantly talking about. And this would represent God. Why? Because all of the people are smiling. Nobody's complaining. Representing the ungodly, or the Satan or the devil, is not bringing people to that point. It might take a few people to that point, usually those who are so crooked that they bring pain and suffering on everyone else just to have what they feel is essential for their heavenliness, if you want to call it that. But for me, most of the men that I admire, what I call men of God, were men who died early because they were men. They knew the truth, they walked according to the truth, and they weren't going to sell out a longevity life, or sell for a longevity life, sell God out for a longevity life just so they can be here. This is why when I look at even the story of Jesus, I know many of you don't believe in that story, and I'm not trying to get you to believe in it, but I want to remind you that it did say that in the story he died at 33. That was a young man. When I think about Dr. King, 39, wonderful person, a lover, putting his life on the line for the beauty of life for everybody. Killed at 39. Malcolm X, a young man, recognizing the evil, the Satans of this world, standing up against the Satans of this world. And the Satans of this world took him out. 39. Think about all the Satans of the world. Think about all the people that's living. Nowhere close to Satan. I think about Gandhi. I don't really recall what they say Gandhi, his age was, but they took him out nonetheless. Sometimes we say Abraham Lincoln. We don't really know, but we're not going to knock it. They did kill him, so they killed him for something. They didn't kill him because he was beating blacks. And then you think about what this guy named John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy had so many people loving him, you really didn't know if he was crook or what. You know, he had some crookedness in him. He wasn't no divine man, so to speak. But they killed him. And then you think about Medgar Evers and the other people who were murdered standing up for what is right. Standing up for what is right. They weren't killing anybody. They didn't take a gun and go shoot you. They might have spoke against you, trying to help you and get your foot off of the backs of others. But And then the thing that really gets me, ladies and gentlemen, is at the age of 28, 29, when my calling was really revealed in its clarity, that I began to speak for God, to share the message that God had given me for you about how you can enjoy this life as if you're in heaven. And so that is the time, as I've indicated on many of my videos, when I began to speak out, when I began to tell you how to achieve peace and prosperity and freedom. When I began to share with you how you can have those basic needs and desires of your life, food, clothing, shelter, and so on. The times I told you how you could avoid the lying, the cheating, stealing, all these kinds of things was so magnificent to me. And it was so promising that I almost just, oh man, was I happy. Because I believed, I didn't know, there's a difference between belief and knowledge. I believed that every human being on earth wanted to share that heaven. Why not? People die crooks. And when they die, the first thing people say, they're in heaven. Everybody in heaven who don't care what kind of life they live, everybody in heaven. So I'm thinking if everybody want to go to heaven, all they need to know is how to get there, how easy it is, and then they would make that choice because no one was out there telling us. Well, so I just dedicated my life to tell you. You know, they said, and every now and then I like to mention this. I heard a white preacher say the other day, I've heard this quote before, or the statement before, and I heard this guy says that the reason that you have mega churches and prosperity preachers is that God allowed them to rise up. So all the people who reject God and refuse to be obedient to the rules of life, they can have someone to follow. So they followed the mega preachers, the mega churches, and prosperity preachers. They follow, you know, the straight and narrow versus the wide, broad and wide. So you hear the big mega churches with all the people, with all the money, and the leaders living in the finest homes, and everybody else just getting by. But what really can happen, ladies and gentlemen, the message that I was given to share with you. And then Donald Trump came on the scene. Donald Trump came on the scene, and honestly, to me, based upon what I understand as being satanic, that's Donald Trump. There's nothing divine that ever comes out of Donald Trump's mouth. Everything is a lie. And then you think about the millions of people that says, I don't care if he's a liar, what he wants is what I want. And that tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that this is why he's here. Donald Trump is here for all the people who reject God. Donald Trump is here to create hell in America and play a part in creating hell on earth. That's his role. And when you see people, and I'm not just talking about white people, they got not as many black people, but they got black people all down in there, hating like a demon themselves. And then it blows my mind because all of the talking I'd done, the going to jail, the speaking up was rejected. People didn't want it. You might say, well, if more people had heard it, they might have, but the people who have captured the medium, who captured the television, the radios, the newspapers, the internet, all of that, don't want to have anything to do with God. And so when you come along with that truth that is so purified, they just close the door on that. If you rambling about God, talking loud and acting like you don't have any sense, they might put you out there. But here, being in the middle of that, and I'm in my 70s, what happened to me being killed young? Because if you're black most of the time, if you just living, buying time, you get old, you're gonna go through some pain and suffering. So to me, getting old mostly is a curse. Some people say, I'm just living. No, this is a curse because you just living. You're just living, but most, as I see it, you're afraid to die. That's how you got captured by this lying demon from hell. You're afraid to die. You're willing to kill. You're willing to do anything like that. But you dying, you're not willing to do that. And so I'm looking at this thing. Here I am now, old man. Nobody thought I was worthy to be killed. And so I have to wait around until some disease come and mess over me, send me through the pain, send me through the suffering. Well, I'm here, and I can't change that. But I do want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that America is doomed. You see, the idea that all these people that follow Donald Trump, they grew up in America. America is their nurturing ground. And what was the basis for that? All of the way white people and black people have been at odds with one another, can't stand each other, hate, racism, and bigotry, all of that stuff, whites and blacks at all, whites and blacks at all that devilishness, couldn't smooth out nothing, devilishness, wouldn't let God in. And so what we have is hell on earth. The thing of it is, though, as I see it, Donald Trump and his folks at the door, opening the door, going in and out of hell. The Democrats are on the path to hell. You see what you call second-class citizenry, just what they want to say is a step up from slavery. That's the kind of stuff that's dragging all the evilness into what America is about. Dragging it for 200 or more years, would not get rid of it, would not do the right thing. And now Democrats have no answers, no solutions for Republicans and all of the people of this nation. Republicans have no answer for the Republicans and all of the people of this nation. So what is their purpose in life? This is serve the devil. Pain and suffering, terror and war, hatred and bigotry, and just trying to stay above some of that stuff so you can think you're going to heaven. I know I didn't speak to you with the kind of clarity I wanted to tonight, but I did get a chance to share something with you. On the one program tonight, they were asking the patriots, Donald Trump called them patriots, and they are patriots. They are willing, when they say, what is the most important part of the Constitution for you? They'll say the First and Second Amendment. First and Second Amendment. They're not going to get rid of those guns because the gun is their God. The gun that says, I can exact some pain on you, some revenge on you. I can let you know who I am because I'll kill you, they say. And you won't kill me because you don't. Well, I really found out a long time ago that I was in hell, that America was not going to change. And I realized also that the reason that I'm still living right now is because I found some excuse to keep on holding on, thinking that the people might change. What it tells me is this: it wasn't about the people changing. It was about me really changing to the point that I didn't want to live with you. This is hell. Why would I want to hang around here in hell? Why would I want to hang around here where black people and white people are sick if I can't help them? I mean, why? I'm just in the middle of a toilet. Being flushed is going round and around and around. A toilet of people who are trying to claim that they are more than stench and got some connection with God. Well, I'm not angry with you. I'm not angry with you. You have had no one to teach you. You grew up in hell, and we are still in hell with no one to teach you. God did send somebody, though, but they were rejected. And just like the people who are running from other countries trying to find a safe zone, eventually, you, the American people, will be running places trying to find a safe zone because you would have canceled out the little righteousness you knew for a demon like Donald Trump and that MAGA group. And I refer to them as the pit of hell. Is there any hope for them? They're still alive. When you're alive, you still always got hope. Will they receive it? You will see. I will be gone. I just wanted to share that with you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it has some value.